Healthcare has an admin tax problem, and Anthropic is about to solve it. At least I think so. Over the last year, Anthropic, the company behind Claude, has been running a very, very specific playbook. They shipped legal skills, financial analysis plugins, code security tools, a COBOL modernization tool, which apparently COBOL runs our banking system. They launched CoWork. They launched agent teams, right? Each one targeted at a sector built on complexity and human middleware friction. Each time, the companies that profit from this complexity and middleware friction flinched. The stock price is cratered. IBM was down 10% in one day. Thomson Reuters and some other ones were down, I think more than that, maybe $250 billion wiped off in terms of the market cap in just that one day, right? So it's not theoretical anymore. There's a playbook, and I think healthcare ops fits it perfectly. That healthcare operations layer that's been bloated, right? Here's the pattern. Anthropic doesn't chase consumer convenience. It's not their model. They go after high trust, high stakes, high friction domains where accuracy matters a ton and humans are doing repetitive cognitive labor. Legal, check. Finance, check. Legacy code also fits that bill, right? So what's the biggest remaining sector that matches every single one of those criteria? Healthcare operations. And what I don't mean here is clinical AI. We're not diagnosing, not diagnostics, etc. What I mean is the operational plumbing, billing, coding, prior auths, denial management, eligibility verification, claim submission, the work nobody went to medical school to do, but that consumes 25 cents of every single dollar in healthcare. Work that only exists because systems don't talk to each other and humans bridge the gap with phone calls and faxes and portal logins and button clicks and dashboards, etc. Right? And Anthropic already made one of their first moves, right? At the JP Morgan conference, Anthropic announced they were releasing Claude for healthcare. We did a video on this. One of the biggest things was direct connectors into the CMS coverage database, as well as the ICD-10 codes, the National Provider Identifier Registry, and some other things. And their executives have talked about this explicitly. They said healthcare is one of Anthropic's largest bets. You know, the foundation is kind of being laid for all of this right now, according to them as well. So how does this actually arrive and show up in our lives, right? Not as a standalone healthcare product. It arrives through something called MCP servers. And if you're not technical, just think of it this way. Right now, if a billing specialist needs to figure out why a claim was denied, they're logging into 4 different portals, cross-referencing coverage policies, looking up codes, checking credentials, all very, very manually, right? An MCP server is basically a bridge that lets Claude plug directly into each of those systems and pull the information itself. Instead of humans toggling through tabs, Claude connects directly to the source, and that's really the big unlock, right? These connections go into EHRs, clearinghouses, and practice management systems through their existing APIs, right, that are already there. They're probably going to be read-only first, pull claims, status, denial reasons, etc., eligibility data, and then the write capability will come later to actually generate those letters, submit those prior auth requests, resubmit claims, etc. And I think the unique thing here is that Claude is going to be this intelligence layer sitting on top of the fragmented stack. Now, this doesn't mean that your practice manager is going to open Claude and start typing prompts in tomorrow and doing things directly in Claude. I really don't think that's how any of this rolls out. I think it rolls out through middleware. Middleware is just a fancy word for a company that sits in between things and makes two things work together. Think of this like Uber. You don't talk directly to the GPS satellite. You don't negotiate with the driver's routing software. Uber just sits in the middle, takes the complexity out, and gives you a button that says request a ride. That's the middleware. In healthcare, the middleware will be existing healthcare IT companies and revenue cycle management, RCM, software companies. They'll take Claude's AI capabilities, their model, and wrap them in HIPAA compliant, certified infrastructure, right? They'll build the buttons in the dashboards. You know, the practice manager is never going to actually touch AI directly per se. They're just going to notice their denials dropping and their cash flow accelerating when they're using these types of things. And the implementation flow and strategy here actually really does matter because the direct to practice will not work yet. Compliance officers need a throat to choke when something goes wrong. HIPAA requires a business associate agreement. Healthcare organizations buy through vendor relationships they already trust. So the IT companies that move the fastest to embed this in their existing platforms become the new power brokers, in my mind at least. And the adoption curve, we've already seen it accelerate. 80% of health systems are already exploring, piloting, or adopting generative AI for revenue cycle management right now, and that's like a 38% jump from just 2 years ago. So healthcare moves slow until survival instincts kick in, which I think they're kicking in right now, and also IT adoption cycles can be compressed when you're looking at this type of efficiency gains that they actually have trust and belief that they're going to be able to deliver, right? Because the models are so good. So who loses in this equation? Because there's obviously going to be losers. The people that lose are the companies that profit from this friction. And there's an entire category of businesses whose value proposition proposition is being human middleware between broken systems, right? Outsourced billing and coding shops, prior authorization, intermediaries, manual claims processing services. When AI can connect directly to the clearinghouse and the practice management system and the patient record and do that work in minutes instead of days, the model for charging 5 to 8% of collections to do it with humans starts to really collapse, and it's going to compress very, very far, if not collapse entirely, in my mind. So there's some publicly traded pure play RCM outsourcing companies that do have a lot of exposure here. Waystar is one that I think sits on the knife's edge, right? They're already doing some stuff with AI. If they really dig in and then maybe even adopt Anthropic's layer, they can become like an incumbent that really actually takes advantage of this, or they can get margin compressed when the intelligence layer becomes commoditized underneath them and they're not able to charge what they need to. But there is good news, right? So now for the good news, because there are real winners, and that's the most important thing. Patients get faster authorizations in this kind of schema, in this new world. Fewer surprise bills, less time on hold, providers get paid faster, spend less on admin overhead, actually redirect resources to actual patient care. And, they're getting squeezed too, right, on the reimbursement, so they can keep more money in their pocket. And the AI native healthcare companies that are already building things like this, like Akasa, I think it was an ex-Google founder, they're doing like AI and agentic revenue cycle management, right? Like these people are going to be poised to benefit massively, as well as like small or like tech forward practices, right? They're going to get that leverage that typically required like a huge back office to be able to get. They're going to be able to get that for a fraction of the cost and really fast to implement. So here's where I want this to land, because this really isn't a tech story. It's more of a healthcare story. Healthcare admin costs have metastasized. The admin workforce has grown over 3,000% since 1970. Physicians, it's only about 150% growth. So like for every doctor, there are now multiple admin workers processing paperwork, which like nobody thinks that that's like a good system. So prior authorizations alone delay care. This is documented, contributes to worse patient care. We've all seen those TikTok videos of surgeons getting called, out of surgery to say they're not allowed to do the surgery that they were approved to do, that they're currently doing in the OR. So, people wait weeks for approvals, their conditions progress, like it's horrible. And I think people that are in healthcare know that like this complexity is not a bug, it's a feature. It's designed friction by the payers to reduce payouts, delay payouts, kind of delay and deny, right? That's what they say. And it's, like I said, it's not an efficiency. It's how their strategy works. And for decades, the only response has been to throw more humans at it. An AI that eliminates this friction isn't just an efficiency play. I think that's the wrong way to view this. I think it's like a structural rebalancing of power back towards patients, back towards providers. And I think this is the first type of real tool that scales infinitely against a system designed to exhaust human capacity, because that's how their model works. So the question isn't whether this is coming. Anthropic has already given signals, overtures, the connectors I'm sure are being built, the infrastructure as well is being built. The question is whether you're a healthcare organization that's going to engage now and shape how this is implemented, maybe even regulated, or if you're going to be an organization that wakes up competing against practices running at 3x your efficiency with half the headcount and wondering how you're going to make payroll. The pattern is clear, the playbook is proven, healthcare's admin tax is about to get disrupted, and I couldn't be happier about it.